The country has yet again been thrown into mourning following the passing of Malava constituency Member of Parliament Joseph Malulu Injedi. Malulu has died while undergoing treatment at the Aga Khan Hospital in Nairobi. The clerk of the National Assembly confirmed his passing, awaiting an official statement by press time. Malulu was the Member of Parliament for Malava constituency and the Vice Chairman of the Departmental Committee on Education and Research. He was serving his third term as a Member of Parliament, having served continuously since 2013 as a dedicated and passionate representative who served his constituents with unwavering commitment and integrity, according to the clerk of the National Assembly. Tributes have continued to pour in from fellow lawmakers, constituents and leaders across the political divide. Supporting Member of Parliament Caleb Amisi has joined the leaders who have mourned the MP and prayed for peace and comfort to the family, friends and the constituents of Injedi. ODM Director of Communications Philip Etale has also prayed for peace to the family of Malulu. At the same time, Baringo Senator William Cheptuno will be buried on the 1st of March 2025 as announced by the former Cooperative Cabinet Secretary and family spokesperson Simon Chelugui in a press briefing. Cheptuno's burial committee has lined up a series of meetings starting tomorrow to deliberate on the arrangements. According to Chelugui, the burial will be preceded by a Nairobi church service on the 27th of this month, where family and friends will gather at the Milimani AIC Church.
I wish to share the final chat. We would like to make the following announcements. 1. The burial date will be on Saturday, the 1st of March 2025 at East Partabwa War Home in Baringo County. Nairobi Church funeral service will be on Thursday next week, the 27th, 2025 at Milimani AIC Church. Time will be 10 a.m. Friends and relatives and planning committee will be meeting from Tuesday, February 18, 2025.
Pearl Newsbeat.
And Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti has called on the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga to rally behind the Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka in his 2027 presidential bid. Ndeti has acknowledged Odinga's influence in Kenya's politics, noting that he has unfinished business in the country, which includes backing Kalonzo.
So we are asking our brothers also from the Nyanza region to also be faithful to us and support us, because His Excellency Dr. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka anaomba kiti ya rais yake, si ni sawa? Aombe naende atafute marafiki wengi wengine huko nje, atafute marafiki wengi huko, tukuje tushikane ndio tuweze kufanya kazi pamoja.
Meanwhile, the host of Kisumu County locals have praised President William Ruto's decision to defend Odinga despite the unexpected outcome of the election of the African Union Commission chairperson, and vowed to reciprocate the gesture in the 2027 election. Speaking from Kisumu town, the locals have thrown their weight behind President William Ruto because of not pointing a finger at Odinga despite losing the highly invested AUC race. This is in an apparent jab to a section of Mount Kenya locals who celebrated Odinga's loss and asked him to join the opposition camp to unseat President William Ruto.
We are behind Ruto, and from Kisumu, we are going to support Ruto, and we will give him another 5 years to work for Kenyans, because he's the only person who has remembered Luo.
Kwa hii serikali yake tumeona matunda. Tumepata ma PSS, tumepata ma ministers full, ambapo hatujaipata energy, finance na minister PS wa interior, ambayo ndio kwa maana tunaona hii serikali ya William Ruto ni mzuri, na sisi kama mavijana wa Kisumu tukae ndani yake.
Kuteleza sio kuanguka. Tujaanguka pale kwa sababu tumeanguka nje, lakini hapa nyumbani tumesimama. Hiyo najua kwamba Raila Odinga bado amesimama. Vile nchi ya nje walikuwa natafuta Raila ni zaidi kwamba Raila Odinga kikosekana kupata ile kiti sio vibaya. Ndio maana tunasema wale ambao walikuwa nafikiri Raila kikosa ni kama sisi tumeanguka. Tunasema round hii sisi tumekubali na jinsi waliongea jana. Tuliona kama Raila wanaongea na Bwana Ruto na vile waliongea.
Pearl Newsbeat.
The health sector is set for a whirlwind starting this midnight after the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers announced it will commence its strike, citing unfulfilled collective bargaining agreement and the universal health coverage demands. The strike was confirmed by the National Association of Clinical Officers and Anesthetists, NACOA Secretary General Daniel Kithome, in a statement directed to the NACOA members, and urged them to join the strike. The strike will add to a series of strikes issued by the clinical clerical officers in recent months, bearing the same theme of unfulfilled CBA. The union has also named discrimination by the Social Health Authority against clinical officers as one of the motivations for the strike. At the same time, the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union KMPDU has issued a 14-day strike notice to the Kericho County government following the failure to implement key agreements regarding healthcare workers. The union is protesting the county's inability to enforce the service plan, the collective bargaining agreement and the return to work formula signed in May 2023. The Kericho branch KMPDU Secretary General Dr. Stephen Omondi has expressed deep concern over unresolved issues regarding the lack of comprehensive medical cover for doctors, a matter that has become a key point of contention.
The issues at hand that we found of serious concern to our members is the issue of medical cover. Our doctors, Kericho County does not have a comprehensive medical cover for its doctors, despite the fact that they provide the service of being healthcare workers and doctors. So actually they are providing a service that themselves they cannot afford. So for that reason, we will not have any reason, if that particular matter will not have been resolved, we will not have any reason to be at work after the elapse of 14 days.
Pearl News Beat.
Beg your pardon for that bite. And the jailed former Kiambu County Governor Ferdinand Waititu, through his lawyer Dunstan Omari, has appealed his 12-year sentence and an alternative 53.5 million Kenya shillings fine on 57 grounds. Among the grounds, Waititu says he has a health condition that cannot be managed when he is in prison. Waititu has requested that the bond security he previously deposited in the Nairobi anti-corruption case number 22 be used as a continuing bond to secure his release. His legal team maintains that he is entitled to bail, arguing that his appeal raises substantial legal questions requiring judicial review. They assert that his release will not interfere with the administration of justice and that he remains committed to complying with any conditions set by the court. Waititu was last Thursday sentenced to 12 years in prison with an alternative fine of 53.5 million Kenyan shillings over a 588 million Kenyan shillings corruption case.
Pearl News Beat.
And at least 10 people have died as torrential downpours over the weekend drenched parts of the southeastern U.S., submerging roads and houses. Kentucky governor said 9 people have died in his state after making an emergency disaster declaration. About 1,000 people stranded in floodwaters had to be rescued. He also said the same areas could now be affected by drier but colder conditions, but the risk of snow, ice and significant disruption, according to a forecast. The other death over the weekend was in Georgia, where a man lying in his bed was struck by an uprooted tree that crashed into his home. Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia and North Carolina were under some type of storm-related alert over the weekend. Almost all of those states also suffered catastrophic damage in September from Hurricane Helene.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.